Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott and this is another My Bourbon Journey review. So if you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys such as bourbons and ryes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So today I've got a very interesting product, something that's had a lot of kind of recent buzz about, and I just actually got a bottle in the mail today. But I was nice enough to, or the guys over at PM Spirits were nice enough to send me a sample of this to basically do the review of. So I thought I would go ahead and do that for you today. So this bourbon, which is called Mic Drop, this is an MGP sourced bourbon. So they sent me kind of a little bit of a spec sheet on this, and it's very unique. They're about as transparent about this sourced bourbon as really I've ever seen. So some of the information regarding this is an MGP source bourbon. The ABV on this was 56% or 112 proof. It was, let's see, mash bill they have as 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Now this is comprised of several barrels all blended to create basically this bourbon. So what it was is this was an 8-year-old cask strength bourbon, non-chill filtered. There was only 3,358 bottles of the first release, which this is. So a very kind of a short run or small production on that. So again, we're talking about a blend of 20 barrels or casks, all made up to basically create this blend. So again, it is an 8-year-old cask strength unfiltered or non-chill filtered bourbon. Mash bill again, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Now on the bottle, they're indicating that this was basically the bottle dumping was from the following foolproof single casks. Barrel 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which was distilled on July 1st, 2009. The other barrels comprised of barrel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 that were distilled on July 7th, 2009, and was bottled by Strong Spirits in Bardstown, Kentucky. So as you can see, there's on here, if you can see that, they're about as transparent as I've really ever seen. I mean, everyone wants to know ages and where things are from. As you can see on the front of the bottle as well, they've got that, you know, laid out there pretty well. So, you know, I really appreciate, you know, them doing that. You know, it's what a lot of people want to know, you know, regarding the information of bourbons and everything nowadays. Well, you know, there it is. So as always, what I like to kind of do is we'll get into the appearance, the nose, then we'll go through the taste and then the finish part of it. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get into the review. And I guess just to kind of let you know, the other night I did kind of take some notes again, just to kind of see, you know, where we'd be with this. So no water's been added to this, so this is just basically the sample that they sent to me. Again, with no water added. So color-wise, you can see a really nice, you know, copper bronze. It's picked up quite a bit of color from those barrels. Now, again, this is an 8-year cask strength, so no water's been added. So it's basically straight from the barrel. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the nose. So really nice nose. Now, again, the other night what I was getting was, which I am again right now, a lot, really heavy with the butterscotch, the honey, the oak. The oak is definitely there. Excuse me. The brown sugars, the dark fruit. There's that corn presence that's there a little bit. Really nice kind of balanced, sweet nose. Not picking up a lot of like ethanol. There's not like a lot of burn to it. And again, I mean, we're talking about 112 proof or 56% ABV. So there is some alcohol there. However, I'm not really getting a lot of that on the nose. Fairly sweet nose with some really nice oak presence. Fairly sweet. That butterscotch and honey really kind of come through. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. So right away, you get a little bit of that kind of initial heat, something you'd expect from maybe 112 proof. But that kind of dissipates fairly quickly. There is kind of that oak presence kind of comes through. The butterscotch, you know, the honey. There's a little bit of an almond taste to that a little bit. Definitely get some of the brown sugars. Again, that dark fruit. The corn kind of comes through a little bit. The burn, like I said before, that initial heat kind of dissipates fairly quickly, and then it really just kind of lingers there. So it's really nice. Now it's fairly oily, viscous, coats the mouth like really nice. Just really a really solid bourbon. So whoever did kind of the blending or the picking of all of this, they've done a really nice job. I guess if you're thinking of kind of the overall flavor of bourbon, you know, this is something I would think would fall like right into that category. There's just all of the nuances of what you would kind of expect, like thinking of bourbon or even tasting other ones. This really kind of falls within that category. It's just a really solid bourbon. Now, price-wise, if you can find it at retail, I believe it was 100 and, now they don't say, but I think mine was like 105. No, that was the retail. So yeah, so you know, I think they're 105, and I wish I would have paid that for mine, but the retail price on that is 105. Again, if it's something you can find at retail. I haven't seen any at retail really at all. So if you're able to locate that, you know, go ahead and do so. But you know, regarding this, again, I think they've done a fantastic job. So I guess just to kind of go over a little bit of the information quickly again, this is the Mic Drop Bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. Mash bill again, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. Cask strength, 8-year-old, blend of 20 different casks. Price point retail right around 105. Lots of flavor with this. I guess if I was going to do like an overall rating of this probably falls right in the category of about 4.25 to 4.5 out of 5 barrels. So again, it's one of those bourbons that I think is a fantastic bourbon. Really easy to sip on, full of fantastic flavor. So if it's something you can get, you know, go ahead and do so. Again, it's a source product, a source bourbon from MGP, and I would say with MGP, over the past, couple years, and probably even longer than that, but they've really done a nice job of just overall production. The Smooth Ambler, those bourbons are all sourced again from MGP. So I mean, they've really done a nice job. So again, this is something I would highly recommend purchasing if it's something that you can find. So I guess with that being said, go ahead and leave some comments if this is something you've had. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Leave me some thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm still kind of continuing to try to build this up a little bit more and get these videos. There are some really great other guys out there in the community that do reviews, and I'm sure most of you already know who they are as well. So it's a great community, and it's again, just something that's really fun to do. So as always, I appreciate everybody checking out the review. So with that being said, we'll see you next time. Cheers.